Hi, my name is Yvette Bethel and I am president of Organizational Soul, which is an HR consulting and training company. My topic today is the bulletproof glass ceiling. We always hear about the glass ceiling that women face when they meet obstacles to being promoted to top levels of a corporation. The glass ceiling isn't only relegated to women. It can apply to any type of discrimination, ageism, sexism, or even racism. The glass ceiling is described as glass because managers below the ceiling can see the top layers and they seem to be within reach, but there's a tangible barrier. Here's an example. As an executive coach, I sometimes hear the lament of senior employees of foreign companies. Executives are usually from another country or part of an elite group or old boys network, and they appear to be trained to perpetuate the notion that only people like them can qualify for top positions. In these companies, top local managers may be recognized and rewarded for their value to the company. But when the rubber hits the road and it's time to appoint a candidate to a vacant executive position, the applicant is given an excuse like, "You need international exposure to be considered for the top position." While this may be the case, there are managers who are prepared to travel and develop, and they're not given the opportunity for international exposure and development. The glass ceiling pops up in other ways. As a minority and senior manager with your eye on executive roles, you take the initiative and invest in yourself. Your company also invests in you. But for some reason, unseen biases keep you in a holding pattern. Your performance is always recorded as exceptional, but it's not translating into a breakthrough into the next level. To you, the glass ceiling seems bulletproof. To keep you happy, your executives may assign you to work on dynamic projects of change, or you can be constantly given opportunities for development, but not the job that you want at the next level. You become frustrated because you feel you were being given the opportunities to demonstrate your competence over and over, but you're beginning to understand that the glass ceiling is impenetrable by design. Asking about your perceived predicament can only cause you to appear to be someone who is impatient, contentious, or angry, and this will create yet another layer of glass between you and your goal. In response to your questions, you may receive an answer that does not address your burning issue, like, "We really need you to help us on these projects because we know your skills and we trust you." Or you may receive an answer like, "You're one of our top performers and we have great plans for you." Or another one is, "We don't have a vacancy right now," which is all probably true. As a top-performing manager aspiring to the executive levels, you may begin to feel frustrated, used, and trapped. You realize that the lip service is a strategy to pacify you, and you become frustrated with yourself, your boss, and the company. While your job is probably fulfilling at some level, you're deeply craving the next level of challenge, and you don't see a clear path. When executives realize top-performing senior managers like you are becoming restless, they may offer superficial short-term fixes like sending you for an expensive seminar or bestowing you with a coveted award for doing what you've always done. As a manager, you see right through this and become even more frustrated because despite their accolades, your career does not appear to be moving in the direction of your goals. From your vantage point, it has plateaued. As a manager, you always have options. So, if your glass ceiling is perceivably bulletproof, you can, first of all, remain hopeful, stick around and continue to do as the executives suggest. Things may change, and the executives or board may promote you to the top levels. Secondly, you can challenge the status quo. If you do this, keep in mind that you could be labeled as a troublemaker, so be aware of the possible consequences of your actions. Especially if you live in a small community, it could cause you to become unemployable or untouchable. And thirdly, Weigh the pros and cons of leaving your company and then create an exit plan. Seek a new company that values your contribution and will promote you. And finally, you can start your own business. A bulletproof glass ceiling is virtually impenetrable. So in the words of St. Francis, learn to accept the things that you cannot change. Exhibit the courage to change the things you can, and exercise the wisdom to know the difference.